You got things like these dark lens taillights, which look like they're selling for about 200 bucks a side. Then there's parts like the rear bumper. The last one that I could find is sold with these parking sensors on the back, as well as all the wiring attached to the underside of it, sold for $1,000 after you factor in shipping. Then you got the trunk, which is really not any sales history out there for an SS1LE trunk, but I'm guessing it's going to be about $500. There's the rear view mirrors, which are surprisingly expensive. I'm guessing because they have this little blind spot option in them, they're about $200 a side. You got the side skirts, which are also really expensive. They're selling for about $400 a side. One of ours, though, the driver's side, has a little bit of damage for obvious reasons. So I think this is probably worth half of that $400 they're supposed to go for. You got the doors loaded with the window regulator, the glass, and all that fun stuff. They're about $500 a side. Otherwise, outside of this stuff we have here, there's really only 2 areas of value left on the chassis, both of which we're gonna have to wait until we get the interior out till we can get off. Number 1 are quarter panels. It looks like these are worth about 500 bucks a side, so that should be $1,000 in our pocket, but we're definitely hacking one off and throwing it way up there because it's just too cool not to. And then there's the, I guess, most surprisingly expensive part on this car, and that's the roof antenna. Before we can yank it off, though, we'll have to get in here and pull this headliner down and all that fun stuff, so we'll get to that later. All in, though, that gets us $4,850 out of the body alone. And considering the way the front of this thing looks, I am thrilled with that. Now, we get to move on to the interior. An interior on cars that are this new, it's always kind of weird. This thing is brand new. I mean, 2,800 miles, close enough. It's not all jacked up like that pile of trash C6 Corvette we just parted out was. The problem is, it's so new that it's almost too new. This thing is a 2024. And that means not only is it under warranty right now, it's going to be under warranty for a little bit. So the way this interior is going to work is you can basically divide things up into 3 different categories. Number 1 is something that's an upgrade for a lower trim Camaro, like this rear view mirror with a backup camera in it, which is worth about 300 bucks. Then you got the parts that are almost certainly going to get retrofitted into something else. And I do suppose these leather seats could be considered a part that would be an upgrade for, say, a car that came with cloth interior from the factory, but especially one like this that has a freaking airbag hanging out of the side of it. That stuff simply doesn't matter if you're throwing it into, say, an old school. You can just rip that out of there, sew it back up, and you're good to go. It's basically the same deal with this center console here. It's a super modern, super slim center console that looks really good when you put it in like a 69 Camaro. One side note here is I can't help but notice that there are multiple warnings in here to disable traction control before you do any performance-oriented driving.
Something told me they didn't listen to this.
Come on, come off. There we go.